gotta risk it every time.
Good morning and welcome to the Wild Pony Show, otherwise known as Paganello, the greatest kickoff sand tournament in the world from Rimini, Italy. We're here in the loose mixed finals, just getting in with team introductions. We've got Vecchia, Romagna in the white, taking on ZamZam, playing today in black. Both these teams hail from the region we are in of Romagna, a local duel, a battle for the ages. My name is Stefan Rapazzo. It is my pleasure to bring you this action alongside Francis Dieterle. Francis, we got a local derby on our hands here. You can feel the excitement in the air, can't you?
Absolutely. And again, with these Emilia-Romagna teams, you know that the crowd is going to go bonkers from beginning to end. It's going to be a battle on the sideline, in the stands, and on the field.
We've got a horse on the field. We were warned, or forewarned, let's say, that there was going to be a horse. I did not know that it was going to be this diminutive little thing that's giving us a nice set of circles. But these are the lengths that are taken to make Paganello that much bigger and better. A toy pony on the field doing its rounds as part of ZamZam. ZamZam yesterday set up shop right next to our broadcast booth, put some coals out and started making some arrosticini on the skewers as sheep meat sprinkled with spices and lemon, a sangria. It was absolutely beautiful, the mutton.
That's just guts it takes right there. What a great way to set up stand and show that this is your field. We're going to have a barbecue right next to it.
We're going to have a barbecue right next to it, and then tomorrow we're going to march our toy pony out with our flag. But I don't think it is going to cause too much grief for Vecchia Romagna, members of tournament direction on Vecchia Romagna as well. This team, Balducci's, Padovani, all sorts from right here in the region. Maria Battistini. It is going to be a good one. We've seen ZamZam on the stream a couple times.
As we get the player introductions, we get some nice views of the crowd out here. Most of the players have wrapped up their games for the day, and so the stands are filling up. Everybody's having some lunch. We get the intros from ZamZam. This has all the vibes of an absolute thriller of a final. Big rosters for these loose mixed sides. You can see that there are approximately 20 players on each side. Very large for a beach roster in general, but especially for just a 3-day tournament.
And I'm very happy with ZamZam. I gave them a piece of my mind when they did not have their numbers readable on their jerseys. They went out and got their blacks and got some nice green tape and made things nice and visible for us. I see them moving down the same roster with me right now, so we are on the same page quite literally.
And Steph, what do you know about these teams? Both of them are from Emilia-Romagna. Are there more players from Rimini on one side and more from Bologna on the other? Or is there a beach orientation for any of them? Or is
I
this
don't think there's
kind of
many
anything?
Bolognese here. This is all Rimini. Emilia-Romagna is the greater region. Romagna is this part. And there is, of course, inner beef between Emilia and Romagna themselves as a collective region, but independently. They got beef with one another too. And this is a very Romagna kind of situation here. So this is Rimini and surrounds on both of these teams. They play a classic Italian sand style. They're fast. They got crafty throws. Of course, in a game like this on the beach, you'll see some bigs and some flash, but probably not the part of their game that stands out the most, generally speaking. Sprighi there, you see the last introduced. Another one on the tournament organizing crew, Francesco Sprighi, known as Bro in the 97 shirt, sorry, not quite the 97, where is Sprighi in the 57 shirt. And the pony, give it up for that pony, trotting back, and the pony minder. Big love, and I love spectacles being taken to the next level. If you know me at all, you know very much that I love that stuff, and we're getting it here. Francis, we're just about ready to begin now.
I am so ready to take the Pony Express right into this final.
I am going to tell you, the crowd is going to be into this one. They were the last one cheering for the juniors, Padova and Rimini. Not quite as tight of a local derby, but Padova's not too far down the road, so to speak. Two big communities of ultimate. This time it's just all in-house. It's the grown-ups. It's the old craggy players, and they're going to go hit it out with the players they see around the traps more often than not.
I saw a ZamZam game maybe yesterday. I believe playing against FamJam. They had some pretty good success with their hucks, but we'll see what their style looks like when they come out.
And when they come out, we'll be back for that. We're going to take a short break, and when we're back, we'll be ready to start this game off. We live in a world where everything can be referenced online. Imagine if the greatest moments in our sport were never filmed. Eurodisc continues to do what it takes to make free-to-watch live streams a reality. Let's leave nothing to the imagination. We'll consume the action live, and we'll support those that help to make it happen. If it wasn't streamed, it didn't happen. Eurodisc.
What a grab! Oh my! Somehow they do it!
They're on. They can if I go on that side.
Yeah?
Here, I'm gonna come and celebrate to the camera for score.
This year, London Invite is bigger than ever, with 8 teams in the Open Division, 8 teams in the Women's Division, and for the first time, a full 8-team mixed division.
With 5 World Games teams, USA, Canada, Australia, Germany, France.
As well as the Tokai Super Team, is sure to be the ultimate showcase of the best in the world.
More teams, more streams, more stars, more ultimate.
More excitement.
You're not going to want to miss London Invite 2025.
Yeah, look, all of my friends going crazy. I gotta brag on myself.
Lightspeed, a global venture capital firm, is proud to sponsor Team Blame, where excellence and cohesion take center stage.
Oh my goodness. That is unbelievable. And created the net and made for it.
That was absolutely incredible.
I'm Steph Pazzo, and I must eat.
Sometimes commentator, sometimes food eater.
On my ultimate travels in 2023, I sampled culinary classics from all across Europe,
Oh wow.
guided by some of your favorite ultimate players.
That's the Dutch hospitality for you right there.
I'll give you an insight into the secret spots that only the locals know of.
Are these the best schnitzels in Vienna?
Yes, of course.
Yes, of course.
Go find Steph Pazzo on YouTube. Like and subscribe and follow the European Ultimate Must Eat series.
Well, I could eat all day long and I could eat up this vibe till the bitter end, till the final coming up here. Emilia Romagna, Vecchia Romagna, ZamZam putting on a show here. We just had a pony on field. We had some, what do we call these, sparkle bangers or whatever?
I think I call it a Roman candle, right?
A Vecchia Romagnan candle. But they weren't popping off little fireballs. They're just sparkle bombs and smoke, and they're pulling out all the stops here. ZamZam, how about that logo, ZamZam? They got a fish playing a trumpet and a top hat with a wall of flames in front of it. Vecchia Romagna have got some regional iconics. A rooster and the staff there. And you see the Paganello flag flying, a little bit of breeze. It's a nice day. France is not much going to mess with throwers at all here. But there is a breeze, as always. And in the stadium, as always, Francis, you get the swirls, right? A little bit of blockage from the stands and from the marquee tent on the other side. So the wind will come and go, and it'll gust in little lanes and passageways. So we'll be keeping our eye on that. But mostly good throwers conditions. It is a beautiful morning on the beach here. And we are underway in the loose mixed final. Vecchia Romagna let that one go out of bounds, and they will start from the brick mark.
And it is exactly what you said, Steph. There is an immediate effect of the wind. You can tell that when the disc goes higher than the stands and the tent, that it's much more affected by the breeze in those situations. So you have to be careful about where you're putting the disc in vertically in the air.
Hot step into the line, ready to kick this one off. The local derby on the main stage. First throw is a big banger, and it counts for a goal. They send it the length of the field. That one lands in the hands of Alba Kelezi, and an immediate goal for Vecchia Romagna.
And a great goal from Kelezi. Textbook receiving, she makes sure to find the position of where the disc is going to fall, and then she gets in front of her defense. She slows down a little bit, and then she accelerates right there. The defense is on her back.
Want to go stats for this game so far?
1 pass, 1 goal.
1 assist, 1 pony, 3 sparkle bombs. Pretty efficient.
Efficiency so far.
Scoring is off the charts. And there's the pull. And here comes Semprini and his compatriots.
Already tripling the number of passes in this game.
And knocked away, tripling the passes, Francis. And now they've got one in that turnover column that hurts. Trying to jam it in quick. They have done and jammed it in quick and got themselves a goal. It was Cortellini on the assist. And Vecchia Romagna starting off hot, hot, hot.
Definitely a very good goal from Vecchia Romagna. ZamZam, the throw just behind the receiver. As we can see, it looks like she sees the cutter coming in and moving, and you can see that it's just behind. There's a drop right there, and we have got an immediate conversion from Vecchia Romagna. White up, 2-0.
2-0, a hold on a one-throw bomb, a quick turnover, 2 or 3 passes in for ZamZam. The turn and the immediate conversion. Really filling up here, Francis. Stands are jam-packed. It's almost standing room only. There's still some on the other side, but she's filling, she's filling. ZamZam, Spiso. Contini. Bid on the hip, but Spiso still with the disc. Throws high, Semprini bids and takes that one home and puts ZamZam and their pony riding on the board.
Wham, bam, thank you, ZamZam. That is a great goal. Not a great throw, but good recovery from the ZamZam receiver. You can see that it just catches the wind when it gets up that high, but very good recovery, turns the hips, plants, and then is able to lay out to make sure that the point happens. Here we see the bid right on the hip, and then this attempted inside goes over the receiver's head. Fortunately, the defense is also unaware, and then good turn, good flying right there. ZamZam put their first goal on the board.
Yeah, Tommaso Semprini Mucco is a wily veteran player. He's got all sorts of throws. And he's what you might say is a chiller. But I think all of ZamZam's got some serious chill vibes about them.
And so far, I'm not sure what their gender ratio is, but loose mixed is kind of an odd variant that we've got going on here at Paganello. It's either one woman or two. For the last 2 points, it's been two women poles. And I guess that means that maybe the next point will be 4 men. We'll see how that develops in the game.
Here comes Vecchia Romagna. They get the around and some meters with it. A look upfield. Centered, nice grab there. Galli does a great job to hang on to that. Deep shots coming and lands right on Svensson, rather. Frida Svensson gets open and free and finds the end zone.
Svensson, good receiving, and that's a good throw. You can see that it blades a little bit in the wind, but that was just perfectly weighted, and the wind doesn't have any chance to sort of pull the disc anywhere that she doesn't want it to. Svensson is just right under it the whole way. Here we get another look at it. She's open enough, and on beach, it's very hard to cover that ground once the disc goes up.
Superhuman abilities out here on the beach of Rimini. Thanks again for joining us. Make sure you hit that like button. Let us know what's happening in the chats. Talk to us. We're here to chat. We like a good yarn when we're all talking about the same thing. And we're talking about Paganello. We're talking about Vecchia Romagna versus ZamZam. We're talking about ponies on fields and Contini picking up the first throw and going to Semprini. Spiso, lateral cut inside. Semprini eyes upfield. Gets one to stick. Big gainer there. And continued on to Spiso. Spiso again. He goes back. Semprini. High take. Varabi. Back to Semprini. Oh, and a tip on it, and Contini can't collect. Picked up, and timeout taken. Padovani, Giacomo Padovani says, hey, let's have a little think of this. We're going to take an in-game timeout. We'll take a short break here, too. We'll be back with more action after this. We live in a world where everything can be referenced online. Imagine if the greatest moments in our sport were never filmed. Eurodisc continues to do what it takes to make free-to-watch live streams a reality. Let's leave nothing to the imagination. We'll consume the action live, and we'll support those that help to make it happen. If it wasn't streamed, it didn't happen. Eurodisc.
What a grab! Oh my God! Somehow they do it!
Brothers. My brothers all three up there.
Yeah.
They're all staking up. If I go on that side,
Yeah?
right here, I'm gonna come and celebrate to the camera for a score.
And at 3-1 Vecchia Romagna, they pick up the disc. Padovani leads to the far sideline. Again in the middle is Padovani. Puts the scuba up, sends it into the corner, and that is a goal. Nicoletti cashes in, and Vecchia Romagna pouring it on to ZamZam here, 4-1 in the early days.
And what do we say about that, Steph? There's never a bad time to throw a scuba.
You better believe it's there, Francis. You've been letting us know that for quite some time. Who was it who said that to you originally? Was it Lorcan?
Oh, the inimitable Lorcan Murray.
Inimitable Lorcan Murray. Never a bad time for a scuba. Happy to take a page out of that book. And I mean, it just is. It's so well validated and revalidated time and time again. There it is. Padovani doing it towards Nicoletti.
And we were having a chat between ourselves. We were saying, we don't like that timeout too much, but obviously Vecchia Romagna knows better than us up here in the booth. They immediately converted that after just a few quick passes. So what do we know?
We know lots, but we don't know it all, that's for sure.
Nice pull from Vecchia.
Semprini to Contini. Contini winds up, sends the other way, looking for Emma Semprini, but a bid by Barbarabondi. The ageless sensation gets a touch on it, and that offers a chance to Vecchia Romagna.
Contini, one of the players that ZamZam is going to look for in this game. You can see that he actually did the right thing waiting to throw the huck, especially when you're going with the wind. It's a good thing on beach to sort of wait a while before you zip one deep, but that one I think needed a little more angle, needed more height. And a big one goes up on the other side. We see Contini runs after that, and he gets the D back.
Gargles it up. Garbles, rather. Emma Semprini. Throws low today. Turns and fires Semprini. Moonwalking as well. His way into that one as it just followed into him.
Semprini's got another goal right there. We can see that he is now scoring 100% of the goals for Vecchia. That's a good D from Contini to clean that one up, and we have got 4-2.
Fortitude, baby, fortitude. That's what it's going to take here. Intestinal fortitude from ZamZam to come back from a slow start, but they may have it. I believe the key ingredient in the arrosticini is intestinal fortitude, and how ironic that it's 4-2 right now, Francis.
I would say that that's a nice coincidence rather than irony.
Yes.
But that is...
we might have drawn upon that one.
It's a very good point right there. We'll see what ZamZam can cook up on defense. So far, they've had a little bit of trouble dealing with Vecchia's energy.
Vecchia goes around. Gavelli shoveled inside. Sapucci goes under again. Gavelli fires deep, too far, and out the back. Intended for Rondini. And now ZamZam get a chance to break.
Yeah, once again, that wind pushing the disc over when it gets over the stands, or rather behind the stands. So the wind is affecting it when it goes up a little bit higher and beyond the edge of the sort of two barriers that we've got around the stadium.
Into play. Teto fires one out into the middle of the field. And a turn right at the front, and it's Sapucci with his mitts on the disc in the red zone. Sapucci spins. Rondini sends up a blade. It's hanging, and it's caught. I believe that toe was effectively dragged. Ginelli. They are discussing it, rightly so. It was not so cut and dry, but my belief was that that was in. Let's have another look.
Yeah, I think you're right. That doesn't
it.
touch. That's a good goal from
Definitely
Vecchia.
in, and a big play. I thought that was at the back. I thought it was another break chance for ZamZam, but the heroics of Ginelli keeps that in, makes it a goal, and extends to 5-2. We're having a great time here at Paganello. All the good stuff, all the time. ULTI.TV, so happy to be doing tournaments like this where we can bring these vibes to your living room, because these vibes are precious. They are something special. The 34th edition of this tournament, more than 140 teams. This tournament is iconic. One of the first tournaments I had ever heard of outside of the regions I played in. And when I got my first chance to come, I jumped at it, and now I'll never not be here. And I hope you're feeling the same way, and if you can't be here, you're watching. We know that much right now. Contini is the receiver, and the defense gets the most of it. That was a spectacular play, Ginelli, on that one. And I go back to the last goal. It was Cortellini, because this here getting the D is the Ginelli, and that is superhuman, sending the body flying there. I thought Contini looked good, like a good option initially, but defensive position and athleticism changed that as the disc flew.
Yeah, I think the closing speed from Ginelli was a little too much for Contini. Contini is a good receiver. I believe he plays for, he's a Rimini guy, right? He plays for Kota?
Yes, he does. He's Costa Rica, Costa Rica, Costa Rica, as that song goes. Spin around, trying to find something. Rondini then sent and collected somehow. Leading throw didn't go. Ginelli puts it away, goes into the backfield. Sent back once again. Galli goes to the far sideline. We get a pick called. Manfroni with the disc, but he'll have to reset.
Semprini back on the mark.
Sent forward and too much. Second effort. No. It was not picked up that close, but Semprini now picks up. Looked like he wanted to send it, but didn't have a throwing lane available. There was a lot of traffic in front of him. Leads the left hand forward. That one to Migani, and then up the line again. Dede sends deep. Contini launches himself and comes down with the Euro disc in his hand. What a play by Contini.
Spectacular speed from Contini. You can see that he closes the gap right at the end of that. It looked like it might have been too far, but he got on his horse and he took that Pony Express right to the Wild West for the beautiful layout right here.
You can always count on Contini there. It was actually quite close to that tape when you watch the second hand. His feet were not like definitively dragging when he caught it, and his hands were kind of touching the tape. Very, very close. I still say it's in, but a little closer than my belief on first angle, first view.
Definitely. At least in by the rule of cool. Probably in even officially.
Rule of cool, official. It is official. It's on the board, Francis. 3-5. Come join us in the chat. Me and Bean are having a little back and forth here. Beanstalk, love having you. Everybody else, come on, get in. Hit that like button. Enjoy this game in your homes and let us know. Padovani winds up, puts it away. Claps one forward towards the near sideline. Back to Padovani. Inside, Nicoletti. And pushed forward now. Balducci. Back to the middle. Acquaviva. And knocked away on the throw towards the end zone. ZamZam are going to get a chance to break.
Padovani just not putting the right edge on that throw, thinking a little faster than his receiver's brain was going. And there is a call. Semprini might have called a foul right there. We see some little isolation in the lane.
Towards the sideline. Spisso looks back to Semprini. Semprini fires and hits. Nice throw. That one to Cortesi. And now Sprighi. Bro sends deep. Spisso the target. That works. And they get the break and bring it back to within 1, 4-5, the scoreline.
ZamZam showing a little life from that throw. I thought that might have been a bit too much, but it just hits the receiver perfectly. He's able to fall to the ground and keep it in the tape. So that is a goal.
Like to see it from ZamZam. They got some fight in them here. Of course, they're gonna have some fight in them. You bring a pony to the pitch, you're gonna want to fight, and they're doing it. Especially against crosstown rivals, they're gonna want this, and they're showing it there on that last point. Fought hard enough on D, got it back.
Here we see that blading throw coming off, and it just goes straight past the defense and little tumble into the goal.
Tumble into the goal.
But good job from ZamZam. They were able to really take Vecchia off of their rhythm a little bit. I think that Vecchia really likes to isolate the lanes, and when they get into those situations where they've isolated the lane a lot, they don't have a lot of receivers downfield, and so maybe they can get to a higher stall count when it's just a sort of one-on-one situation.
Let's see here, Vecchia Romagna trying to get things moving. Inside throw works. Now Gorini, sends one up, floats it. Contini trying to jostle his way around, but no chance. Francini holds his space, boxes out, and goes up and takes that goal.
Francini with the shack attack. Too little down there, he says.
Don't play in my space if you can't get to my heights. Francini, another one on the board. Vecchia Romagna stretch it to 6-4, 2-point lead. approximately 40 minutes into this game, but I'll give you a better indication in just a second as we finish up with these replays.
Great read, great box out.
Great
Contini
spirit.
recognizes it. Good spirit, yeah. Contini, never, even though he's a small guy, you really don't want him on your back when you're receiving in the deep space. He reads the disc very well, and he's got a very good vertical, too.
Yeah, you're absolutely right about that. So 23 and a half minutes have expired. We're going to hear a halftime chime in about a minute and a half. Semprini goes around, and a bit in front takes it away. Slow to get up, but Bondi puts it into play, and slow to get up is because there's a thought of a foul call.
Yeah, some confusion. You can see that the cutters crossed streams, so to speak, and as we learned in Ghostbusters, never cross the streams.
Don't cross the streams.
So it looks like the male matching player was able to get his hand in there, but there is some confusion about whether there's a foul there or not.
1 minute left.
And Steph, especially in beach, you don't have a lot of players on the field, so avoiding those types of situations is really paramount to having a clean offense.
Indeed it is. Oh, now, it's a tough one. They did both lay out towards the same spot. I think the defender may have actually had a better line at it.
I think so too. I believe there's a little contact.
Yeah, let's have another look. It's, I mean, again, by the letter of the law, yes, that's a foul. By legitimate impact of being able to catch that, not sure it would have been caught in any sense with or without the defense right next door, but we're in.
And it looks like it's retracted, so we are back
with Vecchia Romagna, and they've given it back all too quickly.
And if the disc didn't lie, I guess that's it, but the disc lies sometimes.
Semprini to Spiso, numbers falling off. Luckily, I recognize those two. Spiso's got a disco afro going on right now. Great take out of the air. Move forward. Migani into the backfield for Spiso. Back to Migani. Migani waiting for Semprini. Gives to Semprini. Spiso's gone and the shot comes, but player in the lane denies that privilege. And that is Mezzaluna. No, yes it is Mezzaluna who gets that D.
Got a little foul here. And I'm actually going to credit the defense on that point to the number 4 on Vecchia Romagna. I'll say why after.
All right. Sapucci, we'll see. I can't wait to hear your assessment, but for now it's Bondi spinning around. Bondi takes the option in the backfield. Cortellini. Now back in the middle, Rondini. Over to Bondi. Barbaro Bondi. Centers to Rondini. Gets meters. Slowly chipping. Cortellini. And up into that end zone corner. And it's Mezzaluna who sees that one to ground.
And it looks like there is a timeout on the field.
Timeout on the field. We're going to take a little break here, too. We'll be back with more action. Don't you go anywhere.
This year, London Invite is bigger than ever, with 8 teams in the Open Division, 8 teams in the Women's Division, and for the first time, a full 8-team Mixed Division.
With 5 World Games teams, USA, Canada, Australia, Germany, France.
As well as the Tokai Super Team, is sure to be the ultimate showcase of the best in the world.
More teams, more streams, more stars, more ultimate.
More excitement.
You're not going to want to miss London Invite 2025.
And Vecchia Romagna doing the alligator chomp. Of course, those amphibians native to the... No, they're not native to this region, but they've got a gator chomp of sorts going on as their halftime cheer. You get a look at these aerial views here, and you're starting to see this grandstand fill in the beautiful natural stadium from the back end with the marquee and the VIP section on the other side. We're going to have thousands in here. We already do, and it will just continue to fill up from now for the next 2 or 3 hours for this and the next 3 finals. All day action brought to you by ULTI.TV, bringing the PAGA vibes from Rimini to your screens wherever you put them. It's a good time for me to remind you to hit that like button, go on and subscribe, and become a patron.
Since the teams are taking a while right here, I'm going to go back to my previous point. I think that the defense, Semprini's turnover, while there was a better defense, the defense was in the lane. I think that the number 4, whoever's guarding him right now, did a really good job of pressuring him on the reset, blocking him with his body on the open side. He had to work really hard just to get a 0-meter, 3-meter pass on the break side, and I think that really forced him to make a hard decision.
Well, here come, thank you for that, Francis. Here comes ZamZam is what I was going to say, but it's Vecchia Romagna. Bondi to the corner, and it's too low for Rondini. Bondi showing some frustration with herself after the turnover.
Yeah, it's like Christmas here with all these gifts.
Santa's come early. Semprini on the line. Fires, but way too low and no chance availed. Now Romagna, can they get the rush and go in? Sapucci finds wide open, and they really take advantage of the transition lapse by ZamZam and put another one on the board.
Yeah, Semprini having a hard couple of possessions, responsible for a couple of turns on the throwing side. Looks like he's going to take one off right now. I think that's a wise decision. Sometimes it's good to just sort of cool off, take a moment to recenter, get your focus back.
Get him to the barbecue, get him an arrosticini in his mouth, and hopefully he'll come back better after that, feeling it, doing the mini pony dance.
Perhaps the absence of the pony is cause of this.
That's what they need.
Run.
They need pony presence. Wickets, crickets in the chats. Beans is wondering where everybody else is. Well, a whole bunch are here in Rimini. 7-4, 31 minutes into the game.
It looks like there's some discussion about whether the half is taking place or what is actually supposed to happen. It appears that they have resolved whatever problem there was. ZamZam are coming out on offense, which would have happened no matter what, since Vecchia did start on offense.
Well, it is Vecchia set to pull.
So we got a game to 8.
It's halftime to 8. It must be.
Must be, right?
They did say game to 8 over the loudspeaker. But it must be a halftime game to 8.
We're only 30 minutes in. It can't be the end of the game.
It will not be.
I want to keep living in this moment, Steph.
Live it, baby. Live it. Contini and Dede kind of pass it back and forth. Now Contini will start counting his steps. And it's in play. Dede gives an option. Underneath, charging hard. Dede sends the body but can't pick up. Vecchia Romagna very quick to the disc. Tried the low break side, wasn't available for Gavelli. And he gives and got it straight back, and it bounced out of the guts, went through Nicoletti to get there.
And it looks like an uncontested foul, saying that he clipped his heel on the catch. Disc is back in.
Charging under from Galli. Back to Gavelli. Inside shot, and that one is a beauty. Battistini for the goal. That throw really threaded the needle.
That had to be absolutely perfect, and it was a nice laser to the open side, actually, even though it was a backhand. And Vecchia double up on the bubble up, 8-4. And it looks like the teams are calling game.
That is game. Game to 8. That is over. The speaker was right. Our timer was maybe a little bit off, but that is game. Vecchia Romagna win the loose mixed, win the Battle of Romagna here in Rimini at Paganello. And they are indeed, as Queen fills our ear holes, the champions of the loose mixed division, Francis.
Great game from both sides. ZamZam unfortunately just didn't have the energy that Vecchia did. So congratulations to the old ones.
As they take it over the young ones. ZamZam, Vecchia Romagna, thank you for your service, for your showmanship, showpersonship out there. Wonderful stuff. And we have more action, as you well know right now. The next final is the women's, which we'll see Fury from San Francisco taking on Whoop, last year's champions. Then we got the BBK Beachbound Knights, a local Italian team, taking on the most local Cota Bronx in the open division. And don't you go anywhere, because bling-a-ding-ding-bling, the super power all-star team taking on the local national team in front of what will undoubtedly be a hostile crowd. That one, I cannot wait. My mouth is watering already, Francis. You ready to take it all in now?
Absolutely. Stay tuned, because those are all going to be barn burners.
Well, Francis, thanks for being with us. For Francis Dieterle, I've been Stefan Rapazzo. Thanks for joining us. We'll catch you next time.
Thank you. Thanks.
Yeah, Ultimate.
ULTI.TV.